Hey, my name's Brooke Rush. Welcome back if you've been here before. If you haven't, before we go anywhere else, I would love for you to click subscribe below and help this old lady's big dream come true. So today what I'm gonna do is show you how I can take this completely drab hair. All I did was blow dry it, and actually it is second day hair. So blew it dry, and I'm about to show you something that has truly, for somebody who has little life in my hair and likes a big head of hair, something that has truly changed my hair game. So putting head to head these two today, this is the Voloom. So the Voloom, and I am loving this thing. But before I fully recommend this, I had someone point out to me that BedHead has actually put out something that claims it has the same end result, but is actually about $100 cheaper. So I'm gonna put these two head to head in this video. I'm gonna start off with the Voloom, then we'll open this one up, heat it up, and see if other side of my head we get something that is similar enough to think that saving $100 is absolutely the direction we should go. So stay tuned. I'm gonna start and we'll get going. All right, so first things first, one of the things that I always do when I'm doing a style like this where I'm working at the root is to clip up the crown of my hair and below to the level that I intend to add some volume. So for me, I kind of go about an inch above my ear, and I'm just gonna take everything to start and clip it up high. Now, I will tell you that the Voloom came with this brush, and I don't know that it has a name, but it feels heavenly on your head. I've actually been brushing my husband's scalp with it because it's just such a nice feeling. So I'm just gonna brush through everything. And actually, I was thinking I would do one at a time, but I think I'll just go head to head and do one side and then the other. So a couple things off the bat is that this Voloom actually has the ability to set your temperature. Now, I've used this a few times and I think it goes up to 450, but 375 was more than enough. Now, the opposite, so BedHead, their version just has a low, medium, and high setting. So you don't have quite as much control, but do you need it? Not necessarily, we'll find out. So then also the Voloom has the ability to lock the paddles closed, and here's your second differences. So this Voloom has these almost waffle iron kind of squares that close together to create that pattern. The BedHead one is essentially like a little baby crimper. So, and also you'll notice that side by side, you get more space with the Voloom than you would the BedHead. So let's see how these bad boys compare. So I'm gonna start with the Voloom. And one of the big things they talk about in the instructions is actually making sure that you don't hold it for longer than a little more than a second each clamp. And the other thing is, based on other reviews that I saw, I'm actually going to do one and then two. So two different clamp sections. So I'm gonna start on this side with this one, clamp, clamp, see, rather quickly, and you get a little bit of a pattern, but not much. So clamp, clamp, that's it. I'm gonna use the BedHead on the other side, and I'll go all the way through here, and I may just speed it up so you don't have to watch the whole thing. Clamp, clamp. I got a lot less volume. So this is on the high setting. Let me see if it, yeah, so not quite as much, but we'll see as we go along. So I'm just gonna take down another section of hair. Same thing over here. And then as we get higher up, one of the big things you want to make sure you avoid is doing, essentially leave an inch in the front all the way around, because after we're done, we want to make sure that we're not going to see that patterned hair peeking through. So I'm not going to do this little section that I clamped off, or that I sectioned off here in the front. So again, just clamp, clamp. That's with the Voloom. Come over to this side, clamp, clamp, clamp. And again, I'm not getting much at all on that side. So go through these last couple sections here. This really doesn't take much time. One of the big things I did learn though is, when I have my hair out during the day, I'm big on, I'll flip it to this side and then I flip it to this side. Just kind of throughout the day, I'm changing which side my part is. It's not one that's set in stone. So when I do mine, I'm careful as to where I put this crimping mark so that as I flip my hair to one side or the other, I'm not exposing that crimped up hair. So what I'm gonna do is kind of see where my part's gonna be when it goes to this side and make sure I leave enough hair to cover that crimp. So after I check my part, I'm gonna take a little bit of hair and add it to that part, if that makes sense, so that I'm always sure I'm gonna have that covered. And then as I get a little higher here, I'm actually going to pull my hair up before I crimp. And that's gonna give me even that additional volume that I wouldn't otherwise have. So same thing on the other side. I find where I would naturally flip it, add another little layer so that flip stays covered, and then clamp, clamp. Yeah. So it's looking like, and I hate to call the race before it's over, it's really looking like, unfortunately, the Voloom has a lot more volume. So all right, so my top section here, the first thing I'm gonna do is take my bangs, because again, I want to be able to use this to cover. It's the same as if you were teasing your hair. So I wanna be able to use this top layer of hair to cover the work that's done underneath. So I keep that section out first, and then I'm actually just going to take, and I'm just gonna use the Voloom up here because I think I've already determined the winner. And these I'm gonna go straight up, crimp, crimp. So you see the pattern that it made there. That's all gonna be covered. But I'm gonna do the same thing all the way back and going straight up with it, crimp, crimp. And they say that the more pattern you see just means that you've crimped it a little bit too long. So it really does need to be as quick as I'm doing it here. And then look at the amount of volume that I have just from quickly running that through there and clamping it. So the first time I did it, I had essentially gone too close to my hairline. You could see it all the way through, and I wasn't 100% sure. The second time I did it, I was careful of those things. And 5 full days after having gone through and done this with my hair, I still had a full head of volume. A couple other perks to it that I noticed, and this may just be me, is that, so I'm one of those that intends to only wash my hair once a week. And I do use dry shampoo the first day, but I try not to use it much after because of the alcohol and things like that that are in it that will dry your hair out. And so I was shocked at how little grease my hair had in that amount of time. And I think part of it is because it's not laying at the root flat against my scalp because of this extra volume that is created in there. So that was another plus to it. But coming again from someone who, here's the reality, big face girls like big hair, because the bigger the hair looks, the smaller my face looks. And this has been incredible. I'm used to having a flat kind of head of hair, and this has given me so much volume that I honestly don't know that I'll ever go back. So to me, head to head, do I have anywhere near the volume on this side as I do this side? No, unfortunately. I don't think that this BedHead version, as nice as it is because it's smaller, it's a little more sleek, I don't think that it does the exact same thing as the Voloom by even a close stretch. So I'm gonna go back through here real quick and just hit a couple spots so I can show you guys the true final product here. And I'm going to 100% say if you are looking for volume, if you're the kind of person like me who is constantly teasing your hair, this Voloom is the answer. And it has, see the volume on this side now, it takes so little heat because it's such a quick crimp that it can't even be that bad for your hair. So in the end, 100% Voloom is the winner. So if you guys tried it out and you like it as much as I do, please comment below, let me know. If you've tried them both and you disagree, I'd love to know that too. But so far, Voloom. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, not a thumbs down, a thumbs up down below, and follow if you would. It helps me out. So take care, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.